This is Tiffany Howell with Math1127. For question 23, we're going to be finding the mean, median, and mode, and this is going to be the number set that we are using. For the mean, we're going to add the whole set together and divide by the number that is in the set. As you can tell, I have added each one of these to keep the time down. We come up with 119. There are 16 numbers in the whole set, so we're going to do 119 divided by 16. Which is going to give you 7.4375, and that is the mean. For the median, you set the lowest to the highest of the numbers, and you find the middle. I went ahead and I did that exactly as said, and I found out that I have two middle numbers. So when you have 2, you add the two numbers together, which equals 12, and then you do 12 divided by 2, which results into 6, and that is going to be your median. For the mode is what number appears the most. I did least to greatest again, and I actually wrote down how many times each number occurs, and as you can tell, 6 and 10 appear both 3 times. So that means we have 2 modes, and when you have 2 modes, it becomes a bimodal data set. For number 19, we're going to be doing A and B. We're going to be finding the indicated probabilities of exactly 6 and at least 4 out of the 34% of U.S. adults, and 8 randomly selected. To find exactly 6, we're going to be using this formula right here. We're going to use the combination of n and r times p with an exponent of r times q with an exponent of n minus r. We're going to go ahead and find our r, p, n, and q. Your r is going to be the 6. Your p, which is given in the question, is 34%. You're going to divide that by 100, and you're going to get 0.34. Your n is also given in the question for the 8 randomly selected, and then q is going to be 1 minus p, which is going to equal 1 minus 0.34, and you're going to get 0.66. We're going to go ahead and plug in our formula, which is 8 of a combination of 6 times your p, which is 0.34, with the 6 as your r. Then you're going to multiply to get your q, which is 1 minus p, which is going to be 0.66. And you're going to have n minus r, which becomes 8 minus 6, which equals 2. So you now have an exponent of 0.66 of 2. To find the combination, you're going to use the combination formula, which is going to be 8 divided by 8 minus 6 with an exclamation point and a 6 exclamation point, which is then going to become 8. And 8 minus 6 equals 2. And then you have 6. And then we're going to come over here and you have 8 times 7 times 6. The 6's will cancel out. And then you will multiply 8 times 7, which equals 56, and you're going to have a 2 times 1, which equals 2. Then you're going to have 56 divided by 2, which equals 28. Using this formula, we've already found our combination, so we're going to go ahead and plug in the other numbers, which is going to be your 28 times 0.34 with a 6 of an exponent times 0.66 of an exponent of 2. When you multiply all those together, you get 0.0188. For B, we're going to be finding the probability of at least 4 using the same formula, except this time we're going to be repeating it 5 more times, which is we're going to start from 4 and we're going to work our way all the way up to 8. 8 is where we're going to stop because that is the amount of people that were randomly selected. Again, our P and our Q is going to be the same as part A, which is 0.34 and 0.66. For the combination of 4, we're going to be using the same formula for combinations, which is where we get the 8 and the 4 exclamation point, which we're going to equal. We're going to have to cancel out one of these 4s, so we're going to do 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4, cross them out, and then you multiply those numbers, except for the 4, you get 1680, and then you do 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is going to become 24, which equals 70. We do the same for the combination of 5. Instead, we just go down, instead of going to 4, we're going to go down to 5 and cancel those 5 out. We're going to do 8 times 7 times 6, which equals 336, and 3 times 2 times 1, which is going to be equal to 6. And then you're going to get 56. We come down for the combination of 6, once again using your combination formula. Then we do 8 times 7, and 2 times 1, you get 56, divided by 2, which becomes 28. Then you come over here and you do the combination for 7. Again, using the combination formula, you are left with 8 over 1 exclamation point, 7 exclamation point, which equals 8 over 1. And then you're going to have 8 divided by 1, which equals 8. And then the combination of 8, again plug it into the formula, and we're going to get 8 exclamation point 0 and 8, and then you're going to have 8 divided by 8, which equals 1. And when you plug in to the formula up here of your P and your Q, you get the 0.34 for 4 and 0.66 for 4. And then for 5, we have 5 and 3. And for 6, we have 6 and 2. And then for 7, we have 7 and 1. And for 8, we have 8 and 0. When you plug in each one, for the combination of 4, you got 0.1775. And then we add that to the combination of 5, which was 0.0732. And then when you get the combination of 6, you have 0.0188. And then the combination for 7 is 0.0028. And then the combination for 8, you have 0.002. And that's after you're using this formula up here and you're plugging in all of your answers, is how I got each of these. And then we're going to simply add all of these together, and when you add them all together you get 0.45, and that is the question for B at least 4. This concludes my Math 1127 midterm video. Thank you.